Hi, FlowCoach Johnny here, and I just wanted to make this quick video to give you guys an idea about what it takes to become a flow personality. The first phase is called the flow inception phase, and it builds on the notion of what flow state is, explains the flow code and principles of flow philosophy, the science behind flow states, and creation of flow personality. Every flow trainee knows and needs to understand what it is, how it works, and how to achieve it, and what are the short and long-term benefits. Phase 2 is the flow anchoring. We also call this the bonding of the flow. This phase builds a reference to flow by using programmed interventions to establish and recognize the feeling of flow predominantly through sensory channels, which include vagal, sensosomatic, sensomotoric, chemosensory, thermoreceptive, auditory, tactile, visual, and flow alignment. Learn by going through FlowCode. They provide information about the benefits of flow from a scientific perspective, and you also get, by taking into account the experience of the individual flow. Now, for beginners, remembering the experience of flow is achieved by remembering the feeling of events where they experienced joy and were immersed in the activity or felt an overall happiness. These feelings are guided to be felt in the chest. That is one of the most recognized universal descriptions of where the feeling of flow is felt. That way, the feelings are now associated with and being labeled as an actual flow experience. As we progress, perception of the flow feeling is recalled with these experiences more and more easily as it builds up through time and practice. This is why we practice flow every morning. I have a session every morning at 8 o'clock where we practice the flow triggers and exercises, and it's a good way to start your day. The flow anchoring phase requires repetition, and this is achieved by performing different flow interventions, setting our intention to flow while receiving and giving importance to the flow within the activity. So that's where you actually manifest the flow personality. And in this phase, flow becomes a way of living, observing, and perceiving reality. I must admit, I'm already there. This includes our view of ourselves as well as the perception of others and how it connects us to an overall view of the world. It gets us to a point where we perceive the flow within the context of our own transpersonal identity change, as well as an all-encompassing feeling of unity with humanity, all living beings, and creation and the universe itself. The intention is not to remove any layers of personality, and it is absolutely not wise to discard millennia of struggle for nature to give us this level of cognitive abilities. We should respect it. But by switching between the recognized illusion of self that is generated by the prefrontal cortex and the state experience absent of self through flow, we are able to experience pockets of unity of different intensities and length. This gives us the overwhelming joy of constant rediscovery and expansion through polarized experiencing of both states, unity and individuality. By achieving this phase, Now, to put it in simpler terms, what I help my clients achieve through taking you through these 3 phases of manifestation of the flow personality is the notion of what the flow state is, how to systematically find and train flow with a set of concrete triggers and techniques, how to find flow in difficult situations, how to internalize flow and become a flow personality. You're going to make it your lifestyle. And believe me, once it happens, you change. You really enjoy your new perspective, your new cognitive reframing, the way you look at yourself and others. And the last thing that you're going to achieve through this training is how to make activities like walking or eating more flow way so that you get the optimal experience.